Hello, my name is Amber and I am a group fitness instructor at the University of Cincinnati, and today I'll be guiding you through a gentle yoga practice where we will be focusing on gratitude. So let's go ahead and hop into something comfy that you can move around in and come over to your yoga mat. For today's practice, you will not really need any specific props unless you would like them or find them helpful for your own practice. I do have my blanket here. I always like to have a blanket, if nothing else, to sit on because it helps me to have more comfort in my spine as I get into a comfortable seat. You will want to be barefoot for today's practice as we will be moving around some on our mats and we don't want to slip and fall or have any injuries or anything of that nature. You can also have a water with you. I always recommend that just because it's good to stay hydrated as we're moving our bodies around in different ways. And as always, you can take a break to take a sip of water or anything else you need at any time in the practice. So let's come to a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you, to get started. And I'm sitting on my blanket. It just kind of helps to elevate my hips, releasing any pressure in my spine. So that is optional to do for you to do that if you'd like, but you do not have to. And just sit up tall with an upright spine. Find a really good posture. Chest is open, crown of your head lengthens up, sitting bones root down, sitting up really tall with an upright spine. And then any tension or stiffness you feel, just kind of let that relax a little bit from there. So if you feel a little stiff sitting up tall, keep that upright spine, but soften it a little bit. Your eyes can be open or closed as we get into the beginning of our practice today. Our gentle yoga practice is definitely beginner friendly, but suitable for all levels. But don't think that means that we won't be stretching and moving around and doing things on our mat and doing everything super easy either. So anyway, let's just start by taking a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale, let a big sigh out through your mouth. Just let it go, let it relax, let it release. From here, we'll move into our steady rhythmic breath or your 4-count breath. And just gently breathe in and out through your nose. A steady rhythmic breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in and breathe out. And just continue as best as you can with that steady rhythmic breath as we flow through today's practice. Maybe you choose to inhale let and exhale go if that resonates with you today. And as you sit here connecting to this breath, I invite you to set some kind of uplifting or positive intention for your practice today in which you can focus on. That being said, today's practice focus with us moving into the November part of the year, kind of coming close to Thanksgiving, and it's also associated with, initially with the fall harvest, where farmers would harvest their crops and be grateful for, the fruits of their labor, if you will, and seeing the result of what they put in. So I invite you to consider what gratitude means to you and, in general, what you're thankful for. And, when we can find a place of gratitude, it can help ourselves to feel better, perhaps, about our situation or things that are going on around us. It does not mean we need to be happy about everything. It just means that we can find those silver linings and those places of contentment within our lives. And for most of us, there is something that we can be grateful for. The dictionary definition of gratitude is the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for, and to return kindness. So just consider something, ideally maybe think of 3 things right now that you are feeling grateful for. It can be anything. It can be as simple as the outfit that you're wearing, the home that you're living in. Perhaps it's what you ate for breakfast today. Perhaps it's opportunities that are available to you. Friends or family, Or maybe it's something else, and just take a moment to acknowledge those things and to allow yourself to kind of be happy about them, finding joy through the gratefulness, through the gratitude. Anyway, so you sit with this breath and this intention. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and open them. We'll move into some warm-up stretches to get ourselves started here. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Really stretch your fingertips up to the sky. Really lengthen, reach a little higher, so you can reach a little higher if you can. Exhale, send your right hand to your left knee as you turn to look out over your shoulder, coming into a little seated twist. As you inhale, you want to really sit up tall. Lengthen your spine first. And then once you lengthen your spine, from there you can look out over your shoulder, move into your twist. Starting to wake up our digestive system, cleansing, moving through those abdominal and digestive organs. Take one more breath here in our twist. Inhale, look forward, gently unwind your twist, and then we'll do the other side. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, and exhale, send them to the other side. Find your twist, and start by lengthening, and twist from there. As always, any amount is fine. Take one more breath here. Inhale, look forward, gently unwind from your twist. And then from here, just roll your shoulders up by your ears and roll them back. Just do that a couple more times here, releasing any tension from our shoulders. And then just allow your shoulder blades to relax on your back and shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Check in with your neck. Feels a little clicky or tight today, that's all right. We're just kind of noticing. Observing. And from here, we'll scoot off of your blanket if you're sitting on one and slide your feet behind you. Make your way onto your hands and knees for tabletop. So fingers are spread wide, shoulders over your wrist, hips over your knees, foot flat back. And then from here, we'll just move into some cat and cow warm-ups. So inhale, look forward. And relax down towards the earth as your tailbone lengthens up towards the sky into your cow. And exhale, draw your navel into your spine as your tailbone runs towards the earth for cat. Inhale, sway forward into your cow. And exhale, round into your cat. We'll do a couple more of these. Just notice how it feels. Make your way back to center, back to your tabletop. And from here, lift your left leg and extend it back towards the wall behind you. Stretch that leg back towards the wall behind you, almost like you're trying to stamp that back wall with your foot. Just feel some energy through that leg. Option one, you can just stay right here. Or maybe start to engage your core muscles a little bit more for balance as you send your right arm forward, thumb towards the ceiling. You can try to draw your navel into your spine, use your core to help you balance, starting to wake up your core, wake up that inner fire. Center. Let's take one more breath in here wherever you're at. And exhale, release, lower everything back down. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Let's extend your right leg up. And of course, optional to simply stay here, totally fine. Or maybe you choose to lift that left arm up. Continue, wherever you go, continue to breathe in. Breathe out. Keep steady with your breath. Let's take one more breath in. And exhale, release, lower it back down. And then from here, we'll sink your seat to your heels for child's pose. Any variation here is fine. Knees close together apart. Maybe you stretch your arms in front. Maybe you form a little pillow with your hands. Find what feels good to you. We'll pause for a few moments here, perhaps coming back to your breath or coming back to your intention in your child's pose. Sinking into our Balasana, our child's pose, which inspires gratitude as you fold forward into yourself and rest near the earth. Find gratitude for your breath, a sign that you are alive and anything is possible. Take one more breath here. And inhale, shift forward back to your tabletop, back to your hands and knees. And from here, fingers spread wide, shoulders over your wrist. Crawl your toes under and lift it up to downward facing dog. You might keep a little bend to your knees. You might straighten your legs here. First one of the day, or at least first one of this practice, so feel free to kind of walk your dog a little bit if you want. Maybe shake your head loose a little bit and just find what feels good. Maybe gently waking up or releasing any stiffness in your body. Let's take one more breath here. And then inhale. I'm going to lift your right leg up, coming to a 3-leg downward dog. And stretch, feel a lot of energy through that leg. And then inhale, step the foot forward between your hands. If you need to help it along a little bit to get it there, totally fine. Exhale, lower that back knee. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead so you can just shift your hips forward a little bit. Reach your hands up to the sky, come to your low lunge. Take one more breath in. And exhale, hands to the earth. Inhale, right arm reaches up, shoulders stacked, twist your lunge. Exhale, your hands back down. And we'll curl your back toes under, lift that back knee, and step it back to your downward facing dog. And feel free to stay still or find any movements that feel good to you here. And then same thing on the other side. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, stretch it back. And inhale, send your foot forward. And whatever way works for you. Knee stacked over your ankle. Exhale, lower that back knee. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead and find yourself feeling grateful as you reach up towards anything that you're working towards, anything that you're accomplishing, any abilities or talents that you have been blessed with. Exhale, your hands down to the earth. Inhale, twist your lunge. Left arm reaches up. Maybe look towards your fingertips. Exhale, hands back down to the earth. And inhale, curl your back toes under, lift that back knee, and step it back to downward facing dog. We'll take a couple of breaths here in your downward facing dog. And inhale, lift your heels. Exhale to bend your knees. Inhale, step your feet forward to meet your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Just let your head hang heavy, Uttanasana. Again, you might have a little bend in your knees here, especially as we're just getting started. You might feel tight in your legs. That's totally fine. Hands may or may not touch the floor. If you want, you can always use a block or book or something to bring the floor up to you. But, you can do that if you want. Otherwise, your hands could just hang out or maybe they touch the floor. Don't worry about it. Let's take a couple breaths here at Uttanasana. And as you do so, take a moment, look down at your feet. And just find gratitude for your feet and all the adventures they take you on, all the things that your feet do for you, all the opportunities that you have available to you, and the activities you can do because your feet allow it. And then press down through your feet. Inhale, slowly roll up to standing. Make your way up to your mountain pose, Tadasana, shoulders roll down and back. Crown of your head lengthens up, soles of your feet root down. Finding a sturdy footing, feet close together, up to hip width apart. And really root down, find that stability, ground through the soles of your feet while simultaneously lengthening up through the crown of your head. Chest is lifted, shoulders relaxed, down and back. Abdomen slightly engaged, core drawn up and in to support your posture, support your spine. Quadriceps slightly engaged as well. Finding that good strong posture in your mountain pose. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, clasp your hands together. And exhale, lean out over to the left, side body stretch. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale, come back up again. Exhale, other side, same thing. Take a breath here. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release your arms down to the side and just kind of shake it off a little bit. Shake out your arms, shake out your legs if you want to. And from here, we'll step your right foot back and come to a stance, a wide leg stance, so that your hips, the front of your body, are facing towards the long end of your mat. We'll start with both toes facing forward. Take your hands to your waist. Check to make sure your hips are level and facing forward. We'll pivot on your left foot, so your left toes are facing out towards the short end of your mat. If you look down, your left heel should be in line with your right arch. Inhale, arms up to a T. And exhale, begin to reach with that left hand and just start to tilt into your Trikonasana, triangle pose. And let that hand fall wherever it falls on your leg. Doesn't really matter. Right arm reaches up, shoulders stacked, opening up through your chest. You can gaze up towards your fingertips, out on the horizon, or down at your toes, whatever feels best to you. Just take a moment here, consider your abilities and all the triangles you're creating with your body right now. Let's take one more breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then press down to your feet. Inhale, come on back up to standing. Exhale, release your arms down to the side, and we'll pivot on your left foot so your toes are facing forward. And open your right toes out to the side. Look down, check your footing. Check in with your hips. Inhale, arms up to a T. And exhale, begin to reach out to other side and tilt. As you're ready, tilt into your triangle pose. And just breathe here. Notice how it feels in your body. Find gratitude for your ability that your body supported you being in this pose. And if you're somebody whose body doesn't support you being in this pose, and you would like to do some kind of chair yoga or accessible yoga or something like that on this channel, comment down below. We see you, we understand, and we would like to keep our community as inclusive as possible. Let's take one more breath here. And then press down through your feet. Inhale, come on back up. Exhale, release your arms down to the side. Just roll your shoulders a few times. Loosen it up. And pivot on your feet so they're both facing forward once again. Put a little micro bend in your knees. Clasp your hands together behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together as you open up through your chest. Puff up your chest a little bit here. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Stand up tall. And then exhale, hinge at your hips. Begin to fold forward into a wide leg, standing forward fold. If you can, try to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale one more time, bringing your hands up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, release your hands down to the earth. And just take a few moments here in your wide leg, standing forward fold. And we'll just pause, take a moment of stillness. Just be gentle with yourself, especially as we're in this fall season. That might encourage you to feel a little bit more like winding down, taking things a little slower. We're still doing the movements, we're still doing exercise for our body, but we're also being a little bit easy on ourselves and honoring if we feel maybe a little bit tired or are craving a little more stillness. So just take about 2 more breaths here. Maybe come back to your intention, take a moment to check in with yourself. Part of having gratitude is also being grateful for ourselves, and part of that is taking care of and honoring ourselves. And then inhale, take your arms and your hands up to your waist. And slowly start to roll on back up to standing a little bit at a time. And then from here, we'll kind of walk your feet a little closer together and make your way back up to your mountain pose. Asana. Take a moment here, little stretches, movements, wiggle out that you are feeling called to do. Honor that. And come back to your mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. And exhale, dive it forward once again, Uttanasana. This time, inhale, look up, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, fold. Press down to your feet, inhale. Repeat that roll up from before. Slowly roll it up to standing. You sweep your hands up to the sky. And exhale, dive it back down. Inhale, look up, flat back. And exhale to fold. Take a couple of breaths here. And then from here, bend your knees however much you need to place your hands on the floor beside your feet. And step one foot back, followed by the other, and lift up to downward facing dog. And take a breath here. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Oh no, she said it was gentle yoga. What are we doing? It's okay. Draw your navel in. You can always lower to your knees to modify. Shoulders over your wrists, or in a straight line with your body. What I don't want to see is this. I don't want to see the hips sinking down. Just try to keep that straight line as much as possible. You've got this. We've got 3 more breaths here. Be thankful for your own strength and your core for supporting you in this pose. Take 1 more breath in. You've got it. And exhale back to downward facing dog. All of a sudden, downward dog feels like a resting pose, perhaps. Take a breath in through your nose. Let a big sigh out through your mouth. Let it loose, let it go. And breathe in like normal. And exhale, lower your knees down. And take a brief child's pose. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. Inhale, come forward, back to your tabletop. And we'll slide your feet over to one side. Doesn't matter which side it is. We're going to come to a seat. So find a seat here. I'm going to grab my trusty blanket again. You can do so as well if you'd like. We'll come to a seat with your knees bent in front of you and your feet on the floor. Sit up tall, lengthen your spine. And then from here, just let your knees fall out to the side, bringing the soles of your feet together. Inhale to sit up tall, optional to stay here. Or perhaps just a little bit of time, start to lower, come forward. Try to do it at first without rounding your back, without rounding your spine. Make sure there isn't any pinching or pain there. And then from there, if you want to go further, then you could slowly round your spine if that feels good to you. Into our Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. I'll take a couple of breaths here. And just take a moment here to bring awareness to any tightness, any tension in your spine or your legs. And feel grateful to be able to come into these poses and to release that tension. Be able to have the tools to take care of your body in that way. One more breath here. Everything relax and release. And then inhale, slowly start to make your way all the way back up to your neutral spine. And from here, we'll bring your knees together. And I'm going to scoot off my blanket. And come to a seat with your knees bent in front of you and your feet on the floor. Take your arms out in front of you and using your core slowly, a little bit at a time. Slowly lower all the way down onto your back. And let your arms rest out to the side, forming a T or cactus with your body. And then from here, we'll slide your knees out over to the right, coming into a reclined twist. Optional to look out over that left shoulder if that feels good to you. If it creates any stress or tension in your neck, then you can just look up at the ceiling, and that's fine as well. Sometimes I like to take a hand to that top knee to give a little more anchoring, a little more support. We'll take about 3 breaths here. Just relax into a reclined twist and let it release. Notice any goodness you feel in this pose. And then from here, we'll make your way back to center and take it in your own time. Gently take it to the other side. You slide your knees out over to your left and maybe look out over your right shoulder if that works for you. If there's space between your shoulder and the floor, you can always slide a blanket in underneath that shoulder or pillow or whatever to kind of close out that space. If you don't have anything to use right now, it's not that big a deal. Don't worry about it. And just let yourself kind of rest here, sink into the floor, relax into a reclined twist. We'll take a couple more easy breaths here. And then make your way back to center. And then from here, knees stacked over your ankles, feet parallel to one another. Let your arms rest to the side, palms facing down. And then press your feet into the floor. And inhale to lift your hips up a little bit at a time. Lift your lower, your mid, and your upper back. And pause at the top, finding our back bend, coming to our bridge pose. And then exhale, release, lower down, upper, mid, and lower back. Inhale, lift up again. Lower, mid, and upper back. Pause at the top. And exhale, lower down, upper, mid, and lower back. We'll lift up one more time. This time we'll hold it for a few more breaths. So inhale, lift up, one vertebrae at a time. And then from here, optional, you could stay right here. You might choose variations. Like you might choose to lift your heels, come onto your toes. You might choose to walk your shoulder blades together and clasp your hands underneath you if that's available to you. Or you might stay right where we started. Any of these are fine. Coming to your bridge pose. Your back bend, your heart open, or lifting up, opening through your heart, opening your chest. And take a moment here as we hold this bridge pose to just open your heart up to send a mental thank you out to those in your life, anybody who's supported you or shown you love recently. Take one more breath in here, maybe lift your hips even higher. And then exhale, lower down, again a little bit at a time. When you get there, let's bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a little hug. Here, maybe rock a little from side to side if that feels good to you. That's kind of automatically where I go here because it feels so good on my back. But you don't have to. You could just stay still if you prefer. It is your practice. You have options. And then from here, we'll lower your feet down to the earth. And then extend your legs, stretch your legs out in front of you. Stretch your arms back behind you to a full bite stretch. Just stretch your body long. We'll take one more big breath in through your nose. And exhale, a big old sigh out through your mouth. You release your arms down to the side. Start to make any movements that feel good to you. And just trust yourself to know what that is. You could choose to put your socks or something warmer back on if that feels good. Again, just honor your own practice. Find relax. Trust yourself to know that you don't have to be an expert at yoga to know how to find that relaxation in your body and give yourself what you need here. So from here, we're just gonna settle in to a little relaxation. I do encourage you to stay with this video for this practice, and we'll stay here for the next few minutes. For one of the most important poses of our entire practice, and that is our Shavasana, our corpse pose, our final relaxation. It really gives our mind and bodies a space and time to absorb, take in all the benefits of what we did today on our mat. So do what you need to do to find a comfortable space for yourself. Maybe you put something under your knees if you have tension in your back, or maybe you put a blanket over your body or a pillow under your head. Just get really nice and comfy and cozy. And the fall season really invites us to find the warmth and coziness in our days as much as possible. So just let your eyes gently close. Release all physical efforts from your body. Release all tension. Release back to your natural breath. Let your back and your shoulders, your whole body sink into the floor. Completely release and relax here. Everything from your head, your chest, torso, your legs, feet, all the way down to your toes. Just let everything completely relax and give yourself this time to just be. And then as you relax here into your Shavasana, I'm going to share a few meditation or gratitude affirmations with you. And if you'd like, you can just ignore this. Or if you'd like, you may repeat these affirmations either to yourself or out loud as part of your practice and as you relax your whole body and mind. I am so grateful to be alive. I live my life with awareness and gratitude. I am thankful for the universe and all of its abundance. I am so blessed for everything I have. Gratitude grounds me to the present moment. Happiness and abundance find me. I am attracting joyful experiences into my life. I practice gratitude and cultivate joy. I'll take a few more easy breaths here. Completely relax. And then as you're ready, of course you can pause this video and stay here as long as you'd like. Otherwise, start to deepen your breath, drawing awareness back into your body as you make any little movements that feel good to you. Stretching your arms, your legs, maybe even your whole body once again. And then eventually, hug your knees in towards your chest and gently roll over to your right side. Just pause for a moment here in your fetal pose. In a heart filled with gratitude, there's no room for discontent and comparison. Rachel Cruz. And mindfully begin to make your way back up to your seat. And as you do so, just take a brief moment here of gratitude towards yourself for taking this time out to come to this practice. Bring our palms to our hearts. Namaste. And I thank you so much for joining me today. I'm grateful for all of you who are watching this video, practicing along at home and uplifting yourselves, raising your vibrations and those around you. And I hope you enjoyed the practice. And as always, take really good care of yourself and those around you. I'll see you next time. Bye.